managed 136 Natura 2000 parks with horses, deer and cows. And these parks are fenced in, the animals cannot leave, there are no predators because of the public parks. And due to the population growth, the parks become overcrowded. Natural balance can never be achieved. So you have three options to manage: culling, no intervention, so overpopulation leads to starvation, or contraception. Which one do you support?
I support contraception in those circumstances. I think it's clearly the best of those three options. You don't have to kill the animal, and also, of course, the animals don't starve to death. And a slow death from starvation is probably the worst option, really. So I think if we can provide contraception for the animals, that's what we should do.
Okay, and in the light of speciesism, there are big animal groups like Partij, voor Dieren who ignores contraception because they prefer no intervention, and they help maintain mass culling. And meanwhile, they support rescuing seals, hedgehogs, all kinds of wildlife. Would you consider this as a form of speciesism?
I wouldn't say that the Party for the Animals are speciesist. No, I think the problem rather is that they have too strong an ethic of non-interference in a situation in which, as you say, there are no predators, so we have already interfered with the situation by removing the predators. And so managing the park and managing the animals in the park to reduce suffering seems to me the best outcome.
Yeah, because they want to have a long-term idea that to connect all 136 parks. Well, that take years. So in the meantime, they could do the contraception. Would you think so?
Yes, I think if you could restore the balance of nature so that there were predators again, then you wouldn't need the contraception. But in the meantime, you have to respond to that particular circumstance.
Yeah. So in a way, I think if they ignore that, there's a little bit, because they're helping all kinds of animals, but this one they ignore.
Well, I'm still not going to say that it's speciesism. I just think it's putting too much weight on non-interference.
And how can we break that? How can we make this an inhumane situation such a humane?
I think by pointing to the suffering that involves, and to the idea that culling the animals is less desirable than contraception. I mean, it assumes that we can have an effective system of contraception that does not harm the animals.
In 2018, our university in Utrecht said, okay, we can do it, but the Partij voor Dieren, they didn't want to.
Okay, all right. I think I probably said enough on this.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.